I think crypto is as important of an invention as the birth of the internet.
Crypto capital of the planet.
Can be the tokenization of every financial asset.
That's a powerful idea.
You can make 20x up to 100x on all of your positions right now.
$1.5 million
Let's
by
go.
2030. Let's go.
The most ironic outcome would become that it becomes the global currency.
What's good in the hood, my degenerate listening squad? We are back for a new episode of the HODL My Beer Podcast. I'm here with my co-host, who's more degenerate than Tim Nackey, Brodhi Smith.
All right, crypto fam, buckle up, because today we're diving headfirst into the world of Solana.
Yeah, get ready for a wild ride. We're going to figure out if Solana's just riding the meme train to the moon.
Or if it's the real deal.
Exactly. Is it actually going to dethrone Ethereum?
Okay, so first up, Solana has been called the Ethereum Killer.
Ooh, scary.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But seriously, it's because this blockchain is lightning fast. And it can handle way more transactions per second than Ethereum.
Like way more.
They're talking thousands compared to Ethereum's.
Yeah.
Let's just say it's a lot slower.
Yeah, Solana's known for its speed and all that, which has gotten a lot of attention.
Especially because Ethereum has been struggling with those crazy gas fees.
And don't forget the network congestion.
Ugh, the worst. But speaking of attention, Solana's been making headlines recently because its price just hit a new all-time high.
It's like a phoenix rising from the ashes.
Remember that old FTX crash? That was brutal.
Yeah, Solana's price went from like $250 to $8.
Ouch. Talk about a roller coaster ride.
It was rough. FTX was holding a ton of SOL, and when they liquidated everything,
It triggered a massive sell-off.
totally spooked investors.
Mm-hmm.
But Solana bounced back.
Big time.
It's back with a vengeance.
So it hit a new all-time high, which is awesome. But the big question is this just because of meme coins?
Or is there something more to it?
Right. Is Solana more than just hype?
Well, let's look at the numbers. Solana just crushed it with over $100 billion in monthly decentralized exchange volume.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, that's a new record, like, for any crypto ever.
Whoa.
And to put that in perspective, Ethereum only hit about $55.4 billion in the same time frame.
Okay, so Solana's crushing it volume-wise, but
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of that volume is from meme coins.
You heard right. A whopping 80% of Solana's decentralized exchange activity is all about those meme coins.
Like a meme coin party over there.
Totally. And a lot of this action is happening on a platform called pump.fun.
Pump.fun, what is that?
It's basically meme coin central on Solana.
Oh, got it. So like where all the meme coins hang out.
Exactly. And we're talking billions of dollars in trading volume.
Billions. That's insane.
It is. And get this, over 500,000 meme coins were launched on pump.fun within a month of it going live.
500,000. That's either a sign of crazy creativity or proof that the meme coin craze has officially taken over.
It's definitely a phenomenon, and some people argue that all this meme coin action is actually a good thing for Solana.
Wait, really? How so?
They say it's like a massive stress test.
Okay, so Solana's got the speed, the volume, and it can handle the meme coin madness, but is that all there is to it?
Is it all just fun and games?
Right. Is there a more mature side to Solana?
Well, remember that all-time high price we talked about?
Yeah, $263.
Right. That's a massive jump from its price a year ago, which was around $20.
That's not just meme magic.
No way. It's a sign that people are starting to see the real potential of Solana.
Yeah, because a year ago, Solana was still recovering from that whole FTX mess.
Totally. So seeing it come back so strong means there's something real behind this surge.
I agree. It's not just hype.
And on top of that, we're seeing more and more interest from institutional investors.
Institutional investors, that's a big deal, right?
It is. Companies like Bitwise, which is a huge crypto asset manager, are actually filing for Solana ETFs.
Wait, ETFs. Now that's serious business.
For sure. An ETF, or exchange-traded fund, basically lets investors get exposure to Solana without actually owning the cryptocurrency.
So it's kind of like a simpler way to invest in Solana.
Exactly. And it's a sign of mainstream acceptance, which could bring in a ton of new investors.
So institutional money's coming in, ETFs are on the horizon, and Solana's handling massive volume like a champ. Things are looking pretty good, right?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of positive momentum.
Oh, there's always a but.
We can't forget about the risks.
Right, because crypto's a roller coaster.
Exactly. Remember FTX. It showed us that Solana, like any crypto, can be super volatile.
And that unexpected events can happen anytime.
Yep. And then there's the whole meme coin thing.
Yeah, that's still a bit of a question mark for me.
Right. While it's cool that Solana can handle all that traffic, The fact that meme coins are so dominant does make you wonder about how mature its ecosystem really is.
It's like that teenager who's trying to act all grown up,
Mm-hmm.
but they're still sneaking out to parties.
Exactly. And speaking of risky behavior, we can't forget about rug pulls.
Ugh, rug pulls. Those are the worst.
I know, right? It's like getting your wallet stolen in broad daylight.
So while some people are making bank with meme coins, others are getting scammed.
It's a wild world out there. And sadly, rug pulls aren't limited to those tiny unknown projects.
You're telling me? I've heard of rug pulls happening with projects that seem totally legit.
It happens more often than you think.
So how can people protect themselves? What are the red flags?
First off, if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Right, if it promises you'll get rich quick, run.
Exactly. And another red flag is a lack of transparency.
So if the team is anonymous or their website looks sketchy, that's a bad sign.
Definitely. In the crypto world, anonymous isn't always cool.
Sometimes it means they're hiding something.
Exactly. So do your research, people. Don't just follow the hype blindly.
Look into the team, their track record, and the community around the project.
A strong community is a good sign.
Yeah, shows that people believe in the project.
And don't forget to check out the tokenomics.
Tokenomics.
It's basically understanding how the token is distributed and who owns the most of it.
Got it. So you can see if there's a risk of someone dumping a ton of tokens and crashing the price.
Exactly. It's all about managing risk.
Okay, so we've talked about the risks, but what are some good signs that a project is worth checking out?
Well, look for projects that are actually building real solutions.
Solutions to real problems.
Exactly. Do they have a clear purpose?
Utility is key.
For sure. And don't underestimate the power of partnerships.
So if a project is working with well-known companies or organizations, that's a good sign.
Absolutely. It means they're gaining traction and recognition in the industry.
Okay, so partnerships matter. But back to Solana. Where does it fit into all this? It's got the speed, the scalability, and it's attracting some big players. But it's also got this meme coin thing hanging over it.
It's like that talented kid who gets straight A's,
Yeah,
but also has a reputation for being a bit of a prankster.
I get it. Solana has the potential to be a star student, but it needs to clean up its act a little.
Exactly. So the big question is, can Solana shake off its meme coin image?
And attract more serious projects.
That's what we need to figure out.
I'm ready to dive deeper.
But first, a word from our sponsor. This podcast is sponsored by PKT. PKT is a media network powered by the people. In my opinion, it's one of the most promising projects in the Base ecosystem. Base is Coinbase's blockchain. PKT is an ecosystem of platforms from streaming content to gaming and even gambling. To get paid, just buy PKT from Uniswap and pair your coins with a simple app on your computer or server, which routes the data on the PKT network. This creates a decentralized media network not controlled by big tech, and you get paid daily for doing it. It's that easy, and the daily pay is lucrative. Make sure you use our affiliate code PKT-5-APR and get a 1% yield bonus. Just visit pkt.cash or join their Telegram to learn more. Now back to the show. So we've talked about like the good and the bad, but what does all this actually mean for, like our listeners?
Yeah, for the average Joe who's maybe thinking about buying some SOL.
Right, like if you're thinking about investing or even just trying to wrap your head around all the hype, where do you even start?
Yeah, it's easy to get lost in all the noise.
Yeah.
Especially with so much going on in the crypto world.
Totally. It's important to remember that this space, especially the meme coin scene, can be like the Wild West.
Outlaws and tumbleweeds.
Exactly. There are huge opportunities, but also tons of traps.
So many traps. Okay, so let's break it down. What are the biggest red flags?
Well, first and foremost, be careful of anything that promises you'll get rich quick.
Yeah, those are always scams, right?
99% of the time, yeah.
If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Exactly. There are no guarantees in crypto, or in any investment for that matter.
True that. What else? What other red flags should we be watching out for?
Another big one is a lack of transparency.
Transparency.
Yeah, like if the team behind the project is anonymous or their website is super sketchy and doesn't have much info.
So basically, if they're hiding who they are or what they're doing, that's a bad sign.
Big time. And remember, in crypto, anonymous doesn't always mean there's some cool underground hackers.
Right. Sometimes it just means they're trying to scam people.
Sadly, yeah. So do your research, folks. Don't just blindly follow the hype train.
Don't be a sheeple.
Exactly. Look into the team, their experience, and the community around the project.
Yeah, a strong community can be a good indicator.
Absolutely. If people are passionate about the project and actively involved, that's a positive sign.
It shows they believe in it.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so community matters.
And don't forget about the tokenomics.
Tokenomics, so it's all about managing risk.
Exactly. Got to protect yourself out there.
Okay, so we've talked about the red flags, the warning signs, but what about the green flags? What are some good signs that a project is worth checking out?
Well, one thing to look for is real-world solutions.
Real-world solutions.
Yeah, like, is this project actually solving a problem? Does it have a clear use case?
Utility. We've talked about this before.
Exactly. Utility is key in the crypto world.
Kind of like a vote of confidence.
Exactly.
But circling back to Solana, where does it fit into all of this? It's got the speed, the low fees, and it's attracting those big players. But it also has that meme coin shadow hanging over it.
Right. It's like that student who's super talented and gets good grades, but also has a reputation for being a bit of a class clown.
Haha, I get it. So Solana has the potential.
But it needs to show that it's more than just a playground for meme coins.
So how does it do that? How does Solana shake off that image and attract those more serious projects?
Well, I think one key is to keep building a really strong and developer-friendly ecosystem.
Like making it easy for developers to build on Solana.
Exactly. And Solana's already doing a great job of that.
Especially compared to Ethereum, right?
Yeah, Ethereum's gas fees can be a real nightmare for developers.
A total nightmare.
So Solana's low fees are a huge advantage.
It makes it way more affordable to build on Solana.
And it's not just about the cost, it's also about the tools and the resources available. Solana needs to make sure it's easy and intuitive for developers to build awesome things on its platform.
If you build it, they will come.
Haha, exactly. But attracting developers is only half the battle. You also need to attract the right kind of projects.
The ones with real utility and a long-term vision.
Exactly. Solana needs to cultivate an ecosystem that's built on innovation and sustainability.
Not just hype and quick cash grabs.
Right. That's what will determine its long-term success.
It's about building something that will last.
Absolutely. And that brings us to another important point, which is security.
Security.
Yeah, security is paramount in the crypto world.
We've seen how hacks and exploits can totally ruin a project.
Totally. It destroys trust and scares away investors.
So Solana needs to make sure its platform is super secure.
Absolutely. They need to invest in audits, best practices, all that good stuff.
It's like the foundation of a house.
Exactly. You can't build anything lasting without a solid foundation.
True that. So security is key.
And then there's the whole issue of regulation.
Ah, yes, regulation, the big elephant in the room.
Haha, right. The crypto landscape is constantly changing, and regulators are still trying to figure out what to do.
It's like the Wild West out there.
It is. So Solana needs to be proactive about working with regulators.
Find that balance between innovation and compliance.
Exactly. The projects that figure that out will be the ones that succeed in the long run.
So Solana needs to be the good student who follows the rules.
Exactly. And finally, Solana needs to keep building its community.
The community is so important.
It really is. A strong community can drive adoption, give feedback, and spread the word.
It's like the heart and soul of a project.
I like that. Solana already has a really passionate community, but it needs to keep nurturing that and listening to its users.
Work together to build something great.
Exactly. It's a team effort.
So it's not just about the technology, it's about the people too.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's easy to get caught up in the hype and the price charts, but at the end of the day, it's the people who will determine whether a project succeeds or fails.
The human element is so important.
It is. Okay, so we've talked about attracting developers, fostering a thriving ecosystem, security, regulation, and community.
It's a lot.
It is. Those are some big challenges for any blockchain platform.
But it sounds like Solana has the potential to pull it off.
It definitely does. But potential doesn't always equal results.
True that.
The next few years will be crucial for Solana.
It's game time.
It is. Solana needs to execute its vision, overcome the challenges, and prove to the world that it's the real deal.
Show everyone it's more than just hype.
Exactly. It's going to be a wild ride.
I'm ready for it.
Here's another word from our sponsors. So this is a super cool product for you crypto newbies. Our sponsor PKT Pal has a plug and play device that you plug into your router at home, and it pays you to power the PKT network. This easy-to-use mini computer routes the traffic for the PKT network and generates daily rewards, which you can turn into cash, crypto, or gift cards whenever you want. Just visit pktpal.com to learn more. Use our code BEER for 20% off. Okay, now back to the show.
Okay, deep divers, we're back. and ready to explore the Solana ecosystem.
Yeah, let's see what's actually being built on this blockchain.
We've talked about all the tech and the potential, but now it's time to get specific.
Right. What projects are making Solana so buzzworthy?
Where should we start? What's really hot on Solana right now?
Well, one area where Solana is making a big splash is DeFi.
DeFi, as in decentralized finance.
You got it.
Yeah.
Lending, borrowing, trading, all that good stuff, but without the banks.
Oh, I see. So it's like the traditional financial system, but on the blockchain.
Exactly. And Solana's really shaken things up in the DeFi space.
I've heard Ethereum is like the king of DeFi, so how is Solana different?
Well, remember those crazy gas fees on Ethereum?
Ugh, don't remind me.
Yeah, those can be a real killer, especially if you're making smaller transactions.
That's why I love Solana. Those fees are so much lower.
Right. So Solana makes DeFi way more accessible to everyday users.
Makes sense. So what kind of DeFi projects are we talking about here?
Oh, there's a whole bunch of cool stuff popping up. Lending platforms, decentralized exchanges, yield farming protocols.
Yield farming. That
Yeah.
sounds interesting.
Yeah, it basically lets you earn interest on your crypto, kind of like a savings account, but with better returns.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Any specific projects you're excited about?
One that's been getting a lot of attention is Serum, a decentralized exchange built on Solana.
Serum. I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's known for its speed and low fees, so it's super attractive for traders.
Traders love speed. What else? Any other DeFi stars on Solana?
Another one worth checking out is Radium.
Radium.
It's an automated market maker that lets you swap different cryptocurrencies super fast.
Oh, cool. So if I want to trade my Bitcoin for some Solana, I can do it quickly and easily on Radium.
Exactly. Solana speed makes it possible.
Okay, so Serum and Radium are killing it in the DeFi world. But Solana's not just about finance, right?
Right. Another area where Solana is really thriving is NFTs.
NFTs, as in non-fungible tokens.
Yep. Digital art, collectibles, you name it.
Those are everywhere these days.
They are. And Solana, with its speed and low fees, is a perfect fit for NFTs.
How so?
Well, think about it. If you're an artist creating an NFT.
You want to keep as much of your profit as possible.
Exactly. On Ethereum, the gas fees can eat up a big chunk of your earnings.
Ouch.
But on Solana, those fees are so much lower.
So creators can keep more of their hard-earned money.
Exactly. It's a win-win for creators and collectors.
Makes sense. So where are people buying and selling all these Solana NFTs?
There are a bunch of cool marketplaces, but Solanart is one of the most popular.
Solanart. Okay. What's so special about Solanart?
It's super user-friendly and has a really diverse collection of art and collectibles.
Sounds cool. Any other NFT marketplaces worth checking out?
Another big one is Magic Eden.
Magic Eden, got it.
It's got a huge selection of NFTs, everything from art and collectibles to gaming items and even domain names.
Wow, that's impressive. What else is cooking?
Well, another area where Solana really shines is gaming.
Gaming on the blockchain.
Oh, yeah. Blockchain gaming is exploding right now.
I can see why Solana would be a good fit with its speed and all.
Exactly. It can handle those complex game worlds and transactions without breaking a sweat.
So what kind of games are we talking about here?
One that's generating a lot of hype is Star Atlas.
Star Atlas.
It's a space exploration game with amazing graphics and a really deep economic system built on Solana.
So I can explore the galaxy, battle aliens, and earn crypto all at the same time.
You got it.
That sounds awesome. Any other Solana games we should keep an eye on?
Another cool one is Aurori.
Aurori.
Yeah, it's like a Japanese role-playing game with a really cool anime style.
I love those.
And it has play-to-earn mechanics, so you can earn rewards for playing.
It's like getting paid to play video games. Sign me up.
Haha, right. So as you can see, there's a ton of cool stuff happening in the Solana gaming world.
Yeah, it sounds like Solana's more than just a blockchain. It's like a whole entertainment platform.
It is. And it's not just DeFi, NFTs, and gaming. We're seeing projects popping up in all sorts of areas.
Like what?
Oh, Web3 applications, decentralized social media, even the metaverse.
The metaverse. That's like the future of the internet.
Exactly. Solana is at the forefront of all this innovation.
So it sounds like Solana has a really bright future.
It definitely has the potential.
But can it really compete with Ethereum?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It is. We've talked about all the things Solana has going for it, the speed, the low fees, the awesome projects.
Yeah, it's got a lot of momentum.
But it's still early days.
Very true. And there are definitely challenges ahead.
Like what?
Well, it needs to shake off that meme coin image and prove that it's a serious platform for the long haul.
No more monkey business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it needs to keep building a strong and secure ecosystem.
One that can withstand the ups and downs of the crypto market.
Right. And of course, it needs to navigate the whole regulatory landscape.
Regulation. Always a headache.
I know, but it's important. The projects that figure out how to work with regulators will be the ones that thrive.
And let's not forget about the community.
Oh, absolutely. The community is the heart and soul of any crypto project.
They're the ones who are building and using and supporting Solana.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So yeah, Solana has a lot of potential, but only time will tell if it can live up to the hype and become the next big thing in crypto.
It's a fascinating journey, and we're excited to see where it goes.
Me too. And I want to thank everyone for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Solana.
We hope you learned something new and maybe even discovered some cool projects to check out.
Remember, folks, always do your research and never invest more than you can afford to lose.
Stay safe out there.